Hi, I'm Almina. I'm gonna introduce to you the project I made for the OSF Backend Academy. This is the index page. From here, the user can go to the men's and women's sections, which are the root categories. Let's go to one of them. Here we see the subcategories of men's. Here are the names and descriptions of the category, and I use them images for categories that don't have images. Let's see the subcategories of clothing. This is the clothing section, and let's go to one of them and take a look at the products it contains. In this page, we see the names, short descriptions, and price of products. And I use the pictures of the products whose view type is medium. And let's go to a product and see in more detail. In the product detail page, I use large images of product. We can see the name, description, features, and variants of products. And here is the breadcrumb, which gives us access to the parent categories of product. Let's go back to the shorts first. Then back to the clothing. Then the root category men's. And finally, here is the home page. In navbar, non-logged-in users can only see login icon in here. Wishlist, cart, order, and profile pages are only for logged-in users. Let's try to go to carts by URL without login. Yes, firstly we need to sign into our account to go to cart. Let's sign up first. We got a warning that user already exists. I'm going to try another one. Yes, we have successfully registered. Let's log into your account now. I'm going to try wrong password first. Yes, we got error, and I'm gonna try the correct one this time. Yes, we are logged into the app. Now we can see the wish list, cart, profile, and order icons in navbar. Let's check out them first. This is the wish list, cart, profile, and order. Let's find an item we can add to our wish list or cart by using search. I'm gonna search floral dress. We got 3 results for floral dress. Let's try at this one. I'm going to pick this color and this size. And we got this product does not have this variant warning. I'm going to try another one. We added it to our wish list. I'm gonna try adding the same item again. And we got this item is already in your wish list warning. Let's add another product. Yes, we added another product. Let's find let's add this product to our cart. Now let's go to our wish list and carts. Here we see the names, variants, IDs, unit price and quantities of the products. We can remove item from wish lists. We can change quantity. And this is our carts. Let's go to profile. Here we can find infos about our username, email address, and when we register for the application, and how many items are in our wish list and cart. We can go there directly. And let's add this item to our cart. As in wishlist, we can remove item from cart and we can change quantity. Now let's create an order for this product. I'm gonna leave the blank first. And we got address is required error. I'm gonna try this one. I'm creating a payment ID using a function that creates a unique ID each time. Let's go to our orders page. Here we can see the order we just created. Let's log out and look at the code. While developing my project, I use MVC architectural design pattern. And this is a views folder where my page files stored. And to use my static template files, I use EGS as template engine. Let's have a look at some EGS files here. And also I divided the parts common to all of them as partials. Here is my header and footer partial. Now let's take a look. Let's look at the source code. And I kept app and server files separately. App file is responsible for the initializing of the middlewares, initializing sensor error tracking, setting up the engine, and the routes through which requests are made, and also initializing of error middlewares are in here under the all routes. And server file is responsible for its execution. For configuration, I kept my config variables in this file like port number, API key, etc. And the routes are responsible for defining the routes within the application. This is my routes folder, and this server file is where all the routes are. I separate them by functionality. Let's look at page route. For example, page route is responsible for defines the way in which the client requests like get index page, get login page, etc. Let's look wishlist route. When we look at the wishlist route, we see the out-check middleware in each of them. I use the checkout middleware before any action that requires authorization like get wishlist, add item to the cart, get profile, etc. But I did not use it for category and product listing because non-logged in user can access them. And this middleware folder where my all middlewares are stored. This is the out-check middleware, and it throws an unauthorized error if the user does not have a token. If there is, it takes it to the next step. And this is the error handle middleware. Here, page redirects are made according to instance of error. For example, if there's a login error, the user is redirected to the login page with the error message. If the incoming error is none of these errors, an error is sent with status code 500 and message is something went wrong, and also sent through error handle capture only errors with a status code 500. Let's look at the exceptions. And this is where errors are defined and where the HTTP status codes are stored. Now let's take a look to controllers. I separate them by functionality. They contain the logic to be executed and they also control the views rendered. Let's look at one of them. For example, this getRoot categories controller is responsible for getting root category and its subcategories. I mean, in this project, for men, it gets clothing and accessories sections. The process of obtaining the necessary data is done at the service layer. Let's take a look. This layer handles the business logic of the app. The data is transformed or calculated before being sent to the server. Let's look at one of them. This product service is responsible for the actions that must be taken before the product data is presented to the user. For example, functions that find the parent categories of products and convert their images to the required format are located here. And also making API calls are made in data service. This is the other services. This is the wishlist service. Search, order, cart, and out. And I have two helper functions here. This one is the function that allows me to check if the image exists and put dummy images. The other one that helps me edit the category names for the breadcrumb. And finally, I use Jest framework for unit testing. Here are my tests. For example, in category test, it contains APIs and services tests. Let's look at one of them. For example, when I want to get categories by parent's ID, I expect that every item's parent's ID is the ID that I specified. And here are my other tests. And here are the errors that Sentry code. Usually I get syntax, type error, reference error, and most of them are EGS errors. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching.